There was a conversation. I was on First Take, I believe, um, talking about who is the most skilled non-quarterback, or who is the most important non-quarterback in the league. And you heard that question obviously is subjective, but there's a lot of great important pieces to a team that's not a quarterback. Like, even though they clown Dan Orlowski, Jason Kelce is integral to the success of this Philadelphia Eagles team, especially if Lane Johnson's going to miss some time. Travis Kelce is incredibly important to the Kansas City Chiefs and their ability to operate, especially when they're trying to figure out who's going to be their number one receiver. You can say someone like Derrick Henry. We'll talk about the Ravens and Titans game in a second, but Derrick Henry, if there was no Derrick Henry, that Titans team might be damn near as bad as they might not have a win. You can talk about Aaron Donald or Michael Parsons, T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt is so integral for the Steelers. But I think if there was any year that a wide receiver was to win the MVP, it would have to be this year. Tyreek Hill is on pace to be the first wide receiver in NFL history to eclipse 2,000 yards in one season. When you look at Tua's numbers, with and without Tyreek Hill, and you look at just the success of this Dolphins team with and without Tyreek Hill, it is stark. Tyreek Hill is undoubtedly right now the best wide receiver in football. And I agree. I think Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp said it. I agree that Tyreek Hill is the most important non-quarterback to a team. Now that doesn't take away from how important Christian McCaffrey is, or Derrick Henry, or someone like a Justin Jefferson for the Vikings. But let's not get it twisted, man. Tua is good, but he's not as good without Tyreek Hill. That the numbers obviously prove it. And we're talking about a player, like I just said, that is about, if he continues the trajectory that he's on for the season, he is going to eclipse 2,000 yards. 2,000. You know how hard it is for a wide receiver to get 2,000? I will tell you how hard it is. It's never happened. And a lot of people saw the Kansas City Chiefs win a Super Bowl last year and kind of minimize the importance of Tyreek Hill. The conversation was Tyreek Hill obviously isn't that important because the Kansas City Chiefs just won a Super Bowl, and they won a Super Bowl obviously without Tyreek Hill. And sometimes I look at moves like this and moves like Tyreek Hill leaving the Kansas City Chiefs. I look at it like you ever done that science project where you talk about how fast or compared to how slow sound moves with distance? So something can explode, let's say down the street from your house. Let's say 3 miles from your house, something explodes. obviously people that are a mile away hears it faster than the people that are 3 miles away. While I think Kansas City Chiefs are going to be okay, and I think they're still good, but you're seeing now the ripple effects and the sound and the impact finally hit the Kansas City Chiefs with Tyreek Hill not being there. You know what it is? I was talking about wife, right? You ever had a great significant other, right? You ever had a girlfriend or a boyfriend or, whoever whatever, what I'm saying. You ever had a great significant other that you may have messed up with, or they may have messed up and ultimately broke up? And you think you're good, like, damn, back in the streets. And for the first couple months, you're probably all right. You're not really thinking about it. You're doing your thing. You're living life like it's golden. You're probably just doing your thing, not thinking about them at all. And then once it hits. It's like, boom. Especially if they were a good significant other, just boom. It's like, damn, I'm feeling it now. Now I miss them a little bit more. Now I might need, I'm thinking about what they're doing a lot more. You don't really get that unless you lose something very good and integral in your life. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs, and don't get me wrong, Kansas City Chiefs, they have Patrick Mahomes, they have Tyreek Hill. They have Travis Kelce, they have Andy Reid, they have Chris Jones. They were doing it for the couple months, and it was a high couple months. You win the Super Bowl. But now, when it's time to, okay, now we got to reinvent some things. Now you're missing that old thing. Now you're wishing, damn, I'm seeing Tyreek Hill about to put up 2K, and I'm over here struggling with Kadarius Toney. I agree with First Take and Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith. I think Tyreek Hill is the most important player to a team outside of the quarterback position, because it's very easy to say if Christian McCaffrey isn't on the 49ers that they're not a Super Bowl caliber team. You can say that, but you don't know. You can say if you take Travis Kelce off the Kansas City Chiefs, they're not a Super Bowl caliber team. Yeah, that's very true. You can say if you take Justin Jefferson off the Vikings, they're obviously not as good. That's very true. But the drastic difference between how this Dolphins team looks with and without Tyreek Hill is clear cut and obvious. And I didn't even talk about the game, man. They beat the Carolina Panthers 42-21. The Carolina Panthers, at this rate, they're going to lose every game. I'm sure they're going to win a game. Trust me, I'm sure they're going to win one. But they have been god awful. Then this is yet another stint where Frank Reich isn't playing well. I mean, isn't coaching well. And I understand, like I said, you played better against the Dolphins, but you still lost by 21 points. So, yeah. It's tough, man. It is tough. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.